Okay, so number three, increase diversity. Okay, so the tech industry has been traditionally dominated by white male computer geeks, like myself. So, you look at, and they often came from privileged backgrounds. So Bill Gates, his parents were well off, they were lawyers, and they could afford to send him to this private school that was one of the first in the US to get a computer. Okay, Steve Jobs, he grew up in Silicon Valley, surrounded by HP engineers, and he actually had the confidence to ring up a guy called Bill Hewlett, who was the founder of Hewlett-Packard, and asked him if he could get some free electronics components. To which Bill replied, I'll go one better, I'll give you a job, and if you come work for me part-time, I'll give you access to anything you like. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, they had parents who were academics from a sort of math, computer science-y background, founders of Google. And then Mark Zuckerberg, he had a father who was actually a dentist, but taught him some coding as a 12-year-old. And then once Mark sort of surpassed his ability, he hired him a private tutor. So from the age of 12 to 18, Mark Zuckerberg had someone to guide him. And so by the time he was 18, he was miles beyond a computer science degree. So when he went to Harvard, I think he was actually studying psychology when he dropped out and formed Facebook. Okay, but there are a lot of cool companies that are breaking the stereotype. I'll just give you a couple of examples. So this lady here actually founded not one, but $2 billion software companies. They're called Tinder and Bumble. Some of you may know these companies. This one here, Susan Wojcicki. So she's the sister of the Google founder. And when Google bought Yahoo for like $1.5 billion or whatever it was, she took over as CEO. Super smart woman. And obviously YouTube's done incredibly well. These two guys, anyone heard of MoviePass? I just found out about it like a month ago. One of my wife's cousins from the States was staying with us and telling us how for $9.95 she could go to the movies every day to the cinemas. And that seemed ridiculous to me, but it was quite interesting to then go onto Google and read about their business model and how they plan to make money. So if you've got a business mind, it's quite an interesting story. Maybe one day it might make it to New Zealand. Okay, not just in America, there's lots of awesome Kiwi tech companies founded by women. This guy here is probably the most famous Kiwi Māori tech founder. So he founded a company called ARL. And they do, if you've watched the America's Cup, virtual spectator in America's Cup, or you're a golf fan, the US Open, all their animations, that's all done by this company, Hawkeye. If you're a cricket fan, Formula One, so they do all of that sort of cool stuff down in Dunedin. Okay. So the hope is that by having this digital technologies, we're going to expose all children to the exciting, wonderful world of digital technologies, and we'll have more diversity now in the industry. Now, it's not just diversity for the sake of diversity. Why is it important that we have a more diverse group in this industry? Well, I'll give you one reason. And that is we're creating products for the whole world. Okay, and in order to create high quality products that really meet the needs of your customers, you need to understand your customers. And it's a lot easier to understand your customers when you have a diverse team. Okay, so more diversity is going to mean more quality products that hopefully has a bigger positive impact on the world.